Hi guys, I hope you're having an excellent day today. In this video, I'm going to be doing a channeled message from your spirit guides. There are 3 groups to choose from. Group 1 is the Pyrite Pyramid. Group 2 is the Malachite Pyramid. And group 3 is the Angelite Pyramid. So if you want to take a moment to center, focus on your breathing and feel whichever group, maybe multiple groups or perhaps all of the groups that you're most drawn to. I'll give you a minute to make your selection and then we'll get right into it. And there are timestamps in the description box of the video for each group if you'd like to jump ahead. And up next is a close-up photo of the crystals to help you better make your selection. Hi, Group 1. You chose the Pyrite Pyramid. So I'm going to start with some tarot and use these as the framework for the channeling, and then I'll dive into the deeper energies surrounding that. I'm going to be channeling in the first person tense using pronouns such as I, me, you, and we, and then I'll follow that up with some standalone message cards and close the reading out with some initials. Okay, we have the 8 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups, 2 of Cups, Strength, the Devil, and the 3 of Pentacles. There's an untapped reservoir of strength within you that until you learn to embrace it fully will operate as an obstacle for you on the progress of your path going forward. You are not meant to budge on certain issues that you've put your foot down about, but instead are now required to grow and evolve into the version of yourself that can topple these obstacles with just a look. It is unnecessary for you to backtrack and explain your motives to people who are on the receiving end of what you have chosen to shut out of your reality. It is okay for you to stand firm in your truth in speaking no as a complete sentence, which opens you up to the myriad of possibilities of the things that finally can say yes to you because you have removed certain influences that were only creating static in your vibration for quite some time. You have accomplished extraordinary things because you have chosen to look beyond the surface and open your mind wide to deeper truths that not only come into you from external sources, but also rise to the surface from certain details and elements that your subconscious has picked up on along the way, and that you are in a proper place of oneness within yourself to be able to decipher the true meaning of further and thoroughly according to what it is necessary for you to know in order to be equipped with all the information that is possible to make a well-educated choice moving forward. You have the ability to rise back from all things that have been sent your way in order to topple your confidence or to derail certain plans that you had laid in place. You already exist on a further timeline that is ahead of the linear reality around you. And the more you allow yourself to dip into this vibration, not as something you are seeking to align with and therefore manifest totally, but with the understanding that you exist simultaneously in 2 places, here and where you want to be. And in that sense, you create a bridge beyond certain consequences, energetically speaking, that would only cause you to waste precious time and expend unnecessary energy trying to unravel the knots that you find all around yourself and seek out the sources of dissonance for you totally. The divine has your best interests at heart, and you will recognize in the months to follow the way that certain mountains are moved on your behalf or remain rooted firmly in place so that you have the opportunity to become a strong climber. You have faced your fears on many occasions. This is no different than before. You will laugh to yourself when you come to a place of receiving and understand that you were merely pumping fear into your own shadow that is truly beautiful, and that there is no enemy around that cannot be made into a friend easily by your willingness to continue to move with well-intentioned steps and an open heart and an opportunity to allow others to see you in an entirely different way, and also to comprehend them beyond the surface level masks you have come to know. There is a reason for you to be in this period of the in-between place that you find yourself at now. You have sufficiently released past strongholds that kept you bottled up inside a version of yourself that sufficed for a period of time but is not sufficient for where you are going, and the beautiful new possibilities of a version of you that will step into the next chapter knowingly and boldly, which will do wonders for you as far as an easier path ahead that you have already put in the legwork to pave for yourself, and now are gaining momentum into the experience of walking along totally and with no one to answer to except for yourself. Continue to see with that higher mind beyond circumstances that may feel confusing to you at present. Many around you are in the process of rising into new archetypes within their own story. And so, although you are more conscious in the process of shedding what limits in order to open yourself up to what will expand, there are others around you who have chosen not to evolve as a consciousness in the same way that you have. Give them grace, but give yourself ample space to not be derailed from what your higher knowing is pulling you towards, because you are so pure-hearted and it is in your nature to want to stop and help others when and where you can. The more you try to prioritize your own needs as a form of balance for the ways in which you are showing up for others, the more you will set the tone and the expectation in your relationships moving forward that reciprocity is expected and required, and nothing less will do. You have the ability to shape the way the world around you views certain things that you have experienced and have chosen to alchemize into points of pride rather than shame. Continue to look at every effort that you make to come home to yourself and present a better version of you to the world as an act of service that is of benefit to mankind as a whole. You may be just one person, but you are creating a huge ripple, energetically speaking, through your willingness to deal with the aspects within that are in need of reshaping as far as deficits in your character, so that you are able to leave an imprint on the lives and world around you that is more conscientious and more healed than the version of yourself that had walked through the world without a care or concern about the echo of what certain actions and words might create within others. You have paid your penance sufficiently. You have balanced the scale of anything that others might deem to be bad karma. You are in a season of coming into alignment with all the goodness that you deserve. Don't be distracted by those who are wrapped up within their own fear-based paradigms. Continue to listen to that intuitive nudge within that encourages you to keep the faith and the belief that better days are soon to come. So those are your messages. Let's see what else your spirit guides want you to know. Okay, we have risk. Learn to grow wherever you are planted. Flow. Go with the flow as water trickles down a stream. Do not hurry. Wish. Make a wish with a dandelion in the wind. Grounded. Keep your roots and stand taller than the trees. Growth. The tallest oak tree once started as a seedling. Don't be afraid to start something new. Surprises. Under the most ordinary stone is an undisturbed garden. Reconnect. Secrets lurk in the captive shadows deep in the woods. And learn. Take a lesson from the owls. Deeply observe the night, and you'll become a little wiser in the day. So these initials can be a first, middle, or last name, or can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. Got R, E, N, C, X, U, G, M, W, A, B, C, S, S, L, O, and I. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you would like a personal reading, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link to that in the description box of the video. I offer a variety of pre-recorded video readings, written readings, and channeled letters. Turnaround time on everything is 7 days from the time of purchase. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, Group 2. I chose the Malachite Pyramid. So I'm going to start with some tarot and use these as the framework for the channeling, and then I will dive into the deeper energies surrounding that. I'm going to be channeling in the first person tense using pronouns such as I, me, you, and we, and I'll follow that up with some standalone message cards and close the reading out with some initials. We have the Queen of Wands, the Eight of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, Strength, Ace of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Two of Cups, and the Chariot. There is a void space that has been created in your life through your willingness to step beyond the expectations that you have had about what your life should look like up to this point in time, which has opened you up to all sorts of beautiful possibilities that will come trickling in very gradually, and then all at once you will recognize that you are situated within an entirely new world that is different than a previous version of yourself was capable of dreaming into existence, but which aligns totally with the aspects of you that needed to take charge and seize the moment to get you out of certain circumstances that would only have diminished your light in the long run, so that you would have the opportunity to thrive in new and amazing ways, using the time that you have to yourself rather than running a race against time and coming up to a finish line with nothing but regrets. There is a world out there for you to explore that is waiting to be introduced to you energetically and actually. It's important to go at your pace. Do not let anyone rush you, but understand that the pressure that you feel to perform and to put yourself out there is not because you are at risk of missing out, but because there are souls further up ahead on your journey who are eager to meet you in the flesh and to experience the beauty of what a few precious moments spent in your company can yield to an individual. You hold within you keys that unlock certain chambers within the hearts of others that were unknown to them prior to coming across someone like you. You are not an awakener. You are somebody who highlights where there are deficiencies within people that can be compensated for through one's own unique recipe of energy in order to create stability and balance, and therefore erase the illusion that anything was ever missing at all. The wisdom that you carry inside of you comes from a time and place that has been lost and forgotten to human memory. There is a reason that you find yourself in crowded rooms and yet feeling incredibly lonely, even when you are surrounded by people who are well-intentioned and have known you through all of your phases and manifestations. You are here with a bigger purpose, and you have always known that inside. It's important to give yourself space and time to allow whatever comes to the surface within as far as hesitations or even hopes and dreams to be calibrated in such a precise way that you do not find yourself taking steps only to experience detours, but that you are instead continuing to align again and again with what your soul knows you were meant to birth forth into the material realm in the here and now. You are a change maker. You are an influencer of the highest caliber. You are somebody who is important to many, many people. There is a veil of protection around you that keeps you oblivious to certain things that would only trouble your heart and mind at this time. It's important that you not waste your precious energy searching too deeply for answers, knowing that everything you require in order to be well equipped to move forward expediently and to fulfill your purpose in the here and now will be provided to you when the time is right. All that is unknown will be known by you in a different shape and form when your mind and life are ready to hold such truths thoroughly. You have not missed out on anything. Everything that has chosen to escape from the opportunity to build with you, or which, through what you might consider clumsiness, you have managed to dismantle and cause to flee from you, is all part of a greater plan, because deep inside, beyond the surface layers of the people you know and situations you have been in, there are threads of long-standing past life connections and circumstances that it was your task up to this point in time for most of your life to confront directly, to face with your authenticity, brandished at times effectively and at other times in a messy way, so that you could come to the end of the rope, not need to cut anything off, but simply watch yourself grow in an entirely new direction and to feel the peace that your soul needed to experience inside for all of the heavy lifting, the ups and downs across time that have brought you to this place where so much is released because it has served its full purpose to you and others. Within this place of letting go, there is an opportunity to begin again. You will notice that there are people who will circle back around to you because you have finally created a space inside of yourself to hold both the light and shadow that exists within them perfectly. You will be surprised at the ways that certain connections you had thought were done and over with rise from the ashes, not as a repeat of the previous patterns that had kept you both stuck, but in a way that helps you understand that sometimes it truly is the right person and the wrong time, but time has passed, and so now those variables from yesterday no longer exist, and opportune moments are ripe for the picking. There is so much for you to experience when you allow your heart light to shine brightly and attract in the types of people who can see and witness and appreciate the wonder of you as a soul and an individual who has been carefully carved and shaped into this version of you, which is perfect and which has so much that can still be improved upon, and yet you find reasons to enjoy every precious little moment and accept yourself as you are totally. You are a living example of what it means to continue to move forward while still honoring the path that has led to this current moment in time. You are both progress and nostalgia wrapped up in one individual, and while you might confound those who have not done the internal work, you are somebody who without words resonates deeply and warmly within individuals who have been searching around for meaning within the hidden spaces of their own darkness as well. Continue to celebrate yourself. Continue to believe that everything that has happened to you can be made into something meaningful and valuable. Continue to walk your path even when it isn't easy and when every urge within you would cause you to shrink down or settle for a life you know deep inside you would be miserable in anyway. Continue to speak your truth out loud even when your voice shakes, and in this way you announce to the universe that you are ready for bright and beautiful things to finally be received by you in a long-term capacity. So those are your messages. Let's see what else your spirit guides want you to know. Okay, we have risk. Learn to grow wherever you are planted. Cleanse. Wash your weary spirit clean and take a walk in the wooded glades. Path. Wander on the path less traveled. What you find might surprise you. Renew. Nature continually renews itself year after year. Hope. An idea like a single acorn can start a wondrous forest. Retreat. Spoil yourself in the morning mist. Breathe in nature's sweet scents. Teach. Inspire others and let nature be your greatest teacher. And idle hours. Take some time out to lie on the emerald grass. So these initials can be a first, middle, or last name, or can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. Got Y, S, R, A, D, I, C, L, I, W, K, E, L, V, J, C, U, and B. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link to that in the description box of the video. I offer a variety of pre-recorded video readings, written readings, and channeled letters. Turnaround time on everything is 7 days from the time of purchase. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, Group 3. You chose the Angelite pyramid. So I'm going to start with some tarot and use these as the framework for the channeling, and then I will dive into the deeper energy surrounding that. I'm going to be channeling in the first person tense using pronouns such as I, me, you, and we, and then I'll follow that up with some standalone message cards and close the reading out with some initials. King of Cups, the Sun, the Devil, the Hermit, the Magician, Seven of Pentacles, the World, and the Nine of Pentacles. You have always made change look uncomfortable and easy, and this is why people love the idea of you and yet struggle to keep up with the pace and tone that you set for your life, even on ordinary days when you are simply stopping to smell the roses as they bloom all around you. You are somebody who was built for more than just living in survival mode, and it can be a struggle to allow yourself to experience what it is to thrive because you have been so used to pushing your boulder up that hill for as long as you have that you have failed to recognize you have already reached a place of contentment, where your full dreams and the capacity to experience a well-lived life might not be present totally, but which there are plenty of opportunities for you to stop and celebrate everything that you had to leave behind and call into your reality in order to reshape what it is you are looking at a daily basis, from something that made you want to escape your reality into a place where you are finally safe enough to crumble and fold into the version of you, a softer side that has been waiting for the opportunity to be known by others for quite some time. You have an amazing ability to read the room and to read beyond the masks that people wear. This makes others feel very seen in your presence and yet vulnerable as a soul. You are not somebody who brings forth the essence that you are trying to compete or outshine others, and it is perhaps this compassion and well-roundedness that causes others to become self-conscious of the ways in which they move and operate through a game of comparison with others around them that they should be singing praises of totally. You are an individual with a keen eye for detail. Never underestimate your ability to pinpoint little aspects within your circumstances or your mindset that if you apply yourself to creating more harmony rather than resisting the urge to change, can function as a key which opens particular doors for you and makes your journey in life a lot easier than it would be if you were to ignore this inner nudge inside of yourself. You have manifested things out of thin air, and this is something which perplexes others around you that have been entrained to believe that it is only through hard work and over expenditure of oneself that goals are able to be accomplished. You are the embodiment of what it means to work smarter because you have chosen to diversify rather than remaining aligned with one fixed path of how things should be and how you were taught to operate in the world before you knew you really had a choice in the matter at all. Try not to concern yourself with the recoil and reaction of those who feel threatened by your urge towards independence within your own mind and in how you are choosing to live your life. You have squished yourself down into a character that served the needs and the ego of others for long enough. And it is now time for you to announce to the world that you are claiming your life as your own and that the rules of the game are changing. You yourself are the game master, and those who wish to participate with you further need to improvise or brush up on certain skills, discarding altogether the ways in which you were treated and approached at the times when you were simply a people pleaser and invested your all in being someone who was easy to get along with. There is no shame within your shadow side, and it's important for people who expect to have a space in your life moving forward to become well acquainted, not just with your sunshine, but also with your personal darkness. In this way, you can lead by example of what it means to inform others totally of what they are signing on for. And you will notice that when you do this and entrain yourself to not take personally the reactions of those who feel that it is not in their best interest to stand by you out in the light of day, you will come to understand that those who remain or who take steps closer truly have what it takes inside of themselves at a core level to create real and lasting partnerships with meaning and value, rather than one-sided dynamics as you have known in the past, which served many and usually not you at all. You have a great vision inside of yourself for how you are living your life and what can be improved upon in order to streamline certain goals that you have and the routines and rituals that are required for you to feel like your whole self at all times. Though you may walk an unconventional path, you are aligned with something that truly works for you as a person. Do not trouble yourself if others do not understand the sources from which you garner strength and inspiration, because everyone is entitled to have their own conduit to the divine, and yours may look a little out of the ordinary, but for you as a soul level, and for many versions of humanity that came before you, these practices and principles are in fact more aligned with truth than many of the gimmicks that are marketed today. You have the ability to create a softer space for yourself and others by allowing your pain an outlet through which it no longer sits and festers within you, but instead is transmuted into something of inspiration or information for others. And in this manner, you are not simply compartmentalizing all that you have been through that has led to dissatisfaction, but you are honoring that rough part of your experience, which only serves to highlight the beautification that you have managed to create for yourself against all odds. Trials and tribulations did not hold you down before, and it's important to keep that mindset as you are moving through choppy waters in order to situate yourself within an emotional and actual climate that is more conducive to your well-being. You have gotten through tough times before. You will ride this storm out, and you will not just be someone who is found holding on by a thread, but you will be somebody who in fact has woven an entirely new tapestry for yourself, while others were busy fretting and trying to hold on to the passing sands in the hourglass of time. You have the ability to manage your resources both internally and externally in a way that you can create miracles almost out of thin air. Listen to yourself, take advice from others where it feels important, and trust that the opening will happen for you to step out of a place of feeling very constricted into a place where it is finally safe to be seen as yourself again. Breathe deep. Breathe easy. Know that you have what it takes in order to breathe life into that vision that you have of what a beautiful new tomorrow will look like. You have done so much up to this point in time for the benefit of others. Please give yourself permission to feed into yourself for a change and to choose what feels right for you. So those are your messages. Let's see what else your spirit guides want you to know. Okay, we have dance. Allow yourself some fun each day, just as the sun dances with the moon each night. Opportunities. Unfurl like a fern even without warm sunlight. Uncertainty. The shades of gray within the fog will eventually lift. Friends. The most unlikely friendships can form like variegated lichens on hard rock. They create a tight bond. Change. Falling leaves do not signify the end, but the beginning of a fruitful season. Reconnect. Secrets lurk in the captive shadows deep in the woods. Resilient. Stay strong as evergreen trees. And the night. Find comfort in the night where the world switches off and the stars burn bright. So these initials can be a first, middle, or last name, or can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. Got G, A, G, T, V, Y, U, C, K, M, H, F, C, B, D, R, W, F, I, O, and T. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link to that in the description box of the video. I offer a variety of pre-recorded video readings, written readings, and channel letters. Turnaround time on everything is 7 days from the time of purchase. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.